Hi everyone, this is Miss Lucas, and I just wanted to go over robotics and my expectations and what students can access from home and to see where we're moving in class. So if you want, I've sent directions on how to pair as a parent with your son or a daughter. If you are having issues with that, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go into Canvas and how I organize it and kind of what you can see there and what to expect your child to be doing when they are home. With robotics, it's kind of unfortunate there's not a lot that they can do from home, but I'll kind of go over that. So in Canvas, when you click on it, they should have a robotics class, or you should be able to see their robotics class if you're paired with them. I'm going to click and open that, and I'm going to choose student view just so that I'm showing you exactly what their screen looks like. You'll see over here on the left hand side, it's got a very limited dashboard. I've done that intentionally because there's not much they need. I organize it by the first 2 weeks are kind of separate. Now that we're getting into our robot builds, they have a weekly goal that they need to meet as a group. So that's a group grade. They can go back and make this up. So say they don't meet it by September 3rd, they can go and prove that they've met that goal later on, and I will go back and give them full credit. But if they don't meet it by the deadline, they get a 0 until they make it up. And then I do a notebook check. So they get a team and an individual part because there's part of it that they do get together as a team and part of it that is their own individual work. So I will give them a grade for both of those parts, and those need to be done in time. So if a student's been there all week, they can't go and fix an entry. They need to do it right then and there, and that's how they get their grade. If they're absent, this is where the makeup policy comes in. So I've explained to students in class that they get 2 free absences that I don't count against them. After that, after those 2 absences per quarter, they need to make up at least 30 minutes for each class that they miss. They can do that many different ways. They can do it at lunchtime. They can do it after school. I've told students that on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm there at lunch, both lunches. And on Wednesdays, I stay after school. Outside of that, they just need to talk to me and ask me, hey, can you stay after this day? If I can and I don't have any commitments, I am more than willing to make arrangements to stay after. So I'm willing to work with them on how to make this up. So please encourage that. If they are out, they need to start thinking ahead of how can I make up this work? The other part that's going to be in there is their participation grades, which are going to be starting here. This first week, I'm just giving everyone the full points of participation grade because I wanted them to focus on their notebook. And this upcoming week, after Labor Day, we're going to be focusing on participation. How do they get their participation points? And that's exactly what it sounds like. As long as they are working in class on what they are supposed to be working on, they're going to get full points. If they're not, if they're sleeping, if they're not working, if they miss, then that's where they lose these points. But again, if they miss, they can make it up. So that's one thing that they can always do, is that they can make it up. So that's just something to look at. You can see their grades by clicking here, so you can see what they've done or what they're missing. If they are missing things, that's something that they probably need to make up, unless it is the notebook. The notebooks are things that they wouldn't need to make up because those are just done in time. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. If they are struggling while they're out of school, they're not sure how they're going to make this up, they can start emailing me, asking me certain days of if this would work, or maybe they can even Zoom into class and help remotely with their team, and I could also count some of that as well. They just need to be working, and it's going to be hard if they're at home all the time to be working with the materials, as it's just not stuff that I can send home. Again, feel free to reach out. My email is slucas@kpbsd.k12.ak.us or sarah.lucas@g.kpbsd.org. You can also simply log into PowerSchool, click my name on the sheet, and it'll set up an email that's ready to go that you can send me as well. Yeah, so that's everything. But I am really stressing in all my classes that it is the student's responsibility to make stuff up. They are in high school and they need to take ownership for their own learning, and they need to make it up. I have so many students that are in and out that it is impossible for me to keep track of where everyone's at and what's going on. So I'm relying on students to let me know what they need, and I will work with them from there. Thanks, and I hope you all have a great day.